Right now, I'm in Amazon's largest fulfillment center, which employs 2,000 human workers and 7,000 robots. All an associated asset work right here does, we're going to grab that package, we're going to scan it right here, we're going to place it on this robotic drive, tap the button, and it's off on its way. Now that drive is going to go find its destination, make sure it's sorted out to the right truck.
That's crazy. Okay, fam. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia, coming to you live from the man cave. Hope everyone out there is having a good day, y'all. Happy Saturday. We're back. We're back with another reaction. We got a good one coming up today. A lot of new things happening out in this crazy world. I ain't gonna sit here and talk your guys' ears off. We all know what we came here for, this damn reaction. Before we get into the reaction though, just remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Don't believe nothing you see in these videos. Make sure you go out there, do your own research. And if I'm wrong on something, call me out on it. Just be nice. Enjoy the show. Yeah, screw this. Ow. Hell no.
Is this the tranny?
Wow.
What is that?
The aluminum?
Yeah. Because this is nuts. Like when you see this, you're just going to be like breaking. It's going to break science. If you're a scientist and you understand anything about temperatures and melting points, what we're about to show you is going to change, in my opinion, the whole direction of this entire investigation. From what I'm being led to believe, and it just makes logical sense, right?
Yeah, it's almost like there's an incinerator nearby and they just dropped the car off.
All right, so I'm going to turn the camera on what we're walking up on right now. I want you to notice there's a vehicle that's been here since the beginning. It wasn't dropped off here, obviously.
Look at the chair's not melted.
You can see here
it's sitting in the middle.
This is the highest the burn got. Right here. It did not cross the highway. If you look over here, this is the bypass. You can see none of that grass is burned over there. So start to draw some logical conclusions. Because if you look at this vehicle, and I want you to notice the burn, the amount of grass, as you can see, that burned and the char marks. This car is basically completely surrounded by gravel. And you can see a small little flames right here when this grass burned. Yet, when you turn and look right in this direction, besides seeing Dylan, my technical cameraman, you can see this car. This is a tire that is gone. These are the braids of steel inside the tire. Look at this particular rim. Is it safe to say these are aluminum?
Look at the windshield. What's that?
Are these aluminum?
Yeah, that's cast aluminum wheels.
Cast aluminum wheel, you can see it melted.
And the windshield on the inside?
Look at the windshield. That is a windshield right there that is completely melted. We have some jumper cables in the back of the vehicle. We have some cast aluminum here that's pulverized.
Just dust.
How is that possible for a grass fire that did not come from this direction? Because you can see there's nothing that's been burned over here. What could cause that type of destruction when you have a grass fire on this side that obviously didn't connect? But even if it was a grass fire,
and it's still only half burned. I mean,
yeah, you can see there's even some grass over here that's still standing. It's not even been burned. So even down below, directly below this, you can see some wood fence posts that were burned, but you can see all that grass is still good. So how do you get this car this hot? In the comments section, I need to hear from you guys. Honestly, I need you here in the comments section. There's some smart people, and I'm not talking about, I'm talking about some intelligent people out there that understand physics, science, melting points, not the nonsense people. We need to just silence the nonsense for a moment. We need some real scientists, some real professors.
So where's Hollywood at? I mean, I really haven't heard any celebrities talking about the disaster or what people are going through. It's almost as if like they're all hiding or something. I don't know. Weird. I don't know. But it's just crazy to me because so quick to endorse political candidates and so quick to post about that, but nothing on what's happening to their fellow Americans, the people who make them famous. Where you at, Taylor? Not a post on Instagram about this yet? Funny. I mean, I think we all know where they're at. They're all busy trying to get their affairs in order, but just an observation.
Y'all seen these type of tanks before? I ain't never seen these type of tanks. Look at that. Got a whole train full of them. For miles. Have y'all seen it before? Take a good look. Anybody? Y'all seen them type of tanks before? Boy, 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 what they getting ready for now? But if anybody knows, let us know.
What's going on with North Carolina and FEMA right now, but look at what Elon just said. He said SpaceX engineers are trying to deliver Starlink terminals and supplies to devastated areas in North Carolina right now, and FEMA is both failing to help and won't let others help. They just took this video down a few hours ago where you can see the level of devastation. Roads, houses, electricity, water supply, and ground internet connections completely destroyed. FEMA wouldn't let them land to deliver critical supplies. My blood is boiling. And the Secretary of Transportation responded to one of his other tweets saying, "No one is shutting down the airspace. If you're having a problem, give me a call." And Elon said, "It's literally happening right now. I'm gonna follow you. DM me a number to call." I don't know what the heck is happening, but this is wild and I hope it gets figured out.
Yeah, after that, I ain't traveling no more. If I was in that plane, I'm good. I'm good driving to the ocean.
When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Mr. Jimmy Kimmel just laughs because Jimmy Kimmel knows. Jimmy Kimmel knows, and he's laughing at that. That is so crazy. Back then, I mean, everyone knew about Puff Daddy, right? But Jimmy Kimmel really knew because he's on the inside. We're on the outside, so we got our theories. Jimmy Kimmel's on the inside, and that he's laughing at that. That's crazy.
150 years ago, you didn't have to ask permission from the government to go fishing, own a property, build on your property, renovate your home, use a transportation vehicle, start a business, get married, own a weapon, hunt, cut hair, sell a product, protest, grow your own food, sell that food that you grew on your own property, or even just set up a lemonade stand. And now you virtually can't do anything without asking for the government's permission first. So if you still think you're free, you're deluding yourself.
I mean, this all rides on Tom Hanks. Let's be honest. Tom Hanks, national treasure. I love him. We did SNL together. He's a fucking stud. But he's down in Australia like Quentin Tarantino. And I don't like the fact that he's not in the box. Forget Willow Smith. Let's get Tom Hanks in a clear box and watch him. Because if Tom Hanks pulls through, we are going to be so stoked. It's all riding on Tom Hanks, you guys. If anything happens to Tom Hanks, fuck, that shit's over, dude. I'm just going to be like, on my roof. Bye.
So yes.
Remember how crazy they were acting back in 2020, the celebrities? They're doing some crazy lives. It was a weird time. I would like to go back and deep dive and find some clips of just some crazy interviews on Instagram Live these celebrities were doing.
Today I went to McDonald's to get my daughter a Happy Meal because she wanted one of those collectible thingies or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take her because she's been a good girl. And the people gave me a large fry by accident, and I didn't want them because I don't eat that stuff or whatever. So I threw it to the birds when I came home. I come back like almost just about 15 hours later or whatever, approximately. I don't know, I'm bad with math. Don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my head, charge it to my heart. But I come out here and not one single fry that they gave us is gone. Not one single fry. And then if you look close, there's a bunch of black ants on them. The black ants are stiff. They're dead. Not even moving. So it seems as if they attempted to eat the fries, but in the midst of it, they died. People, this is what we consume. This is what we put in our bodies. This is a sign right here that not even the birds or the ants can eat this. And the ants that are eating it, they end up dying. Like, what the heck? I'm never buying my thing from McDonald's again. Ever. Good. Take this as your warning and all of our warning. McDonald's is not food. It's not. And I know people have seen this many times, but this right here, like, what? I'm at a loss for words. Yeah. God bless everyone.
This is my conspiracy thoughts on dragons. First of all, before the internet, how in the world did every country have hieroglyphics of dragons?
Yeah.
That's impossible. How did they all know about dragons?
Sure.
That's one. Two, fallen angels. We already know that there's giants.
Yes.
But they also, these demons were on demon time, bro. They weren't just looking at the women being like, dang, she's hot.
No.
They were looking at the animals and being like, I'm gonna have sex with these animals. Right? They say that dinosaurs got wiped out by a flood because of an ice thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they knew that they were going to be able to, in the future, find out that these animals drowned. I think they fell underwater because of Noah's Ark.
Sure.
Because God says, I will choose the animals of my kind.
Sure.
So I think that humans and animals got wild with God. And so he wiped out the animals that are not from him and the humans that are not from him. So my theory is that the dinosaurs didn't fall into water. I think dragons fell into water. And they also say that dinosaurs have the same DNA as reptiles. Come on, dog. Demons are reptile. Am I like a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over here? Or is this starting to add up a little bit?
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Right?
Biblically speaking, though, we got to go to the Bible. There is dragons in the Bible, but all of it actually talks about Satan. He calls him Abaddon, the dragon. So it's actually talking about him.
Well, we hear people come out and say, don't eat these fruits or don't eat these vegetables because they're not of God, right? They're not real vegetables. I don't know which ones, don't quote me on this, but I believe like carrots, they say carrots aren't of, like they're lab made. I don't know. Don't quote me that carrots are, but I know I've seen interviews and I put clips on here saying these fruits are not, nature made. They're made in a lab and then planted or whatever. So maybe that's what it means, not from God. Wipe out everything that's not.
Do you remember the T-1000 in Terminator 2? Do you remember the truck he was driving in chasing John Connor? Do you remember the Terminator shooting at the truck, causing it to crash and blow up?
Classic scene.
Did you know he prophesied this truck being destroyed in part 1? Remember on part 1, he pulled up at this lady house named Sarah Connor. Before the Terminator pulls up, he runs over this toy vehicle. But it ain't just any toy vehicle. He runs over a toy truck. This toy truck symbolized the truck in part 2. That truck symbolized the truck that's chasing John Connor in part 2. And the truck being destroyed by the car in part 1 represents him destroying the truck in part 2. You know what else went over my head watching this as a kid? The shirt that Sarah Connor is wearing. Out of all the cartoons that was out in the 80s and the early 90s, she just happened to have on the Jetsons shirt. The Jetsons was set in the future. Yet the whole movie is revolved around her getting chased by a cyborg from the future. Somebody sent to protect her from the future, and was also told about her son from the future.
Connor. John Connor.
John Connor, where your mama at, boy?
Want to know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things. Keeping people against their will, putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane, unconscious. There's a lot of things that people...
It's close enough, bud. That's close enough.
It's a big boy.
It's close enough, buddy. It's close enough. Get out of here. Go. Go. Nope.
I actually think what you said about GTA is true. People are gonna start spending money and run businesses in GTA. I swear I was seeing
Dude,
money
they've
today and I was
spent-
like,
dude,
that's a true.
I'm so glad
fucking
you brought
thing.
this up because this is a crypto conversation. Grand Theft Auto, how much money have they spent on it? It's like
Crazy money.
like hundreds of millions, if not billions, on the game they spent, right? Over the course of the last fucking decade. They've been building this game for a decade. Would it surprise you guys for Grand Theft Auto to release and launch their own marketplace where you can buy goods, shop, trade these items amongst each other? Would that surprise you at all?
Yes, that would surprise me. Because Rockstar Games wants all the money to themselves. They don't want people to be becoming millionaires off their games, right? Other than the people streaming it, there's some people streaming it, but in the game, selling things in between the game and Rockstar not getting their cut, unless I'm sure they're going to take a percentage, but that would surprise me if Rockstar came out and said, we're allowing a trade system where you can actually exchange money between each other, because they bring up CSGO. I don't play CSGO, never have, but I know they have skins in there that are worth a lot of money, knives and whatnot. But it would surprise me if Grand Theft Auto did that. I mean, it'd be dope. I'm not really a video game person, but it can't hurt to dabble in it, do some live streams of it, right? I don't know, but let's see what they got to say.
And you live in the probably world. How it's going to work, right? Would it surprise you if you could physically buy a house in Grand Theft Auto with money? You take money, V-Bucks,
and it could go up in value.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's tradable.
Yeah.
CS:GO, why CS:GO skins have real world value? Why there are skins in CS:GO that are worth quite literally millions of dollars? That's what the market says that they're worth. Is because I can own it and trade it to you freely. So that establishes a market, and it's all about demand versus the supply, right? You have a rich fucking prince in India who plays CS:GO every day. Money's nothing to him. He'll go buy the rarest skin in the game for $1 million like it's nothing, and we'll run around with it. And he's that guy, right?
For the flex, yeah.
It's just like how everybody lives in the real world. The only difference is way more people see it. You're wearing a Tiffany Paddock, maybe 10 people really see it that day.
Yeah.
It's a fucking whatever.
Oh, that's such a good
$4 million watch.
Yeah.
You're running around in a video game with the rarest skin. You're having fucking 100,000 profile visits a day. You're talking about flex culture. I'm that guy. Come on, man. Like it's.
I agree.
If GTA were to release a server, this is the world. Everybody's welcome to join.
This would be
costs
nuts.
$10 a month.
This would be nuts.
Yeah.
You are taxed $10 a month to be a part of this world. Rockstar Games takes $5, and then the other $5 gets put into a liquidity pool to support a Grand Theft Auto token, a coin,
an economy.
That is the currency in the game that establishes what everything's valued at. You can invest in that token early, play the game early, buy real estate early. Brother, it's gonna take something like and I'm not saying this is what GTA is doing, but would it surprise you?
No, bro. I think they can't call it Grand Theft
GTA
Auto.
created their own media platform, would it surprise you?
No.
If you could watch videos and listen to music and artists started popping up, brands. If I went and did a pop-up for FaZe merch, digital FaZe merch, and 100,000 kids showed up for this pop-up to stand in line, would that surprise you?
No. Imagine in the game too.
That's what the future looks like in my mind.
Yes, I agree.
Pleased to announce that the United States will
They don't want to give away $5. They want all 10. They want all 10.
provide more than $1.5 billion to address Ukraine's humanitarian and energy needs.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750.
This man just revealed the dark truth about Taco Bell that they are not going to be happy with. If you don't see him again, it's because of this video. Just watch.
Sorry, guy.
This is gross. Ew, look inside.
When you look what's inside it on their website, and you click on nutrition info, all the real ingredients are here, but you have to scroll. Ooh. See? That's crazy. The more you keep scrolling, the more you should feel disgusted. Do you really want to put this in your body? This is not food.
You're telling me a Taco Bell Crunch Wrap, something that should be made with 10 ingredients at most, is made with over 50 different ingredients? So I started looking into the ingredients, because how in the hell could there be 50 different ingredients? And I came across this right here. No idea how to pronounce it, but the side effects are crazy. Loose stools, bloating and gas, diarrhea. Sounds like the Taco Bell aftermath. These fast
That's Taco Bell, right? What they're known for. You eat Taco Bell.
food places are putting the cheapest possible ingredients in their foods so they make as much money as possible off you, even if it affects your health. These foods are literally destroying your gut from the inside out. I'm sure you know that your gut controls damn near everything in your body. So once your gut starts going bad, all of this starts going bad too. Personally, I have been eating way too much fast food and I am not proud of it. So I started looking for something to help my gut get a little fresh restart.
Phone in its settings tells you how far it has to be off of your body to prevent cancer. It tells you if you go to your settings to general, you scroll all the way down to legal and regulatory. Who knew this was in the bowels? Do you see it?
I'm in it.
Legal and regulatory, click it. The very bottom one says RF exposure. That stands for radio frequency. And tells you how
You've been eating too.
Let's do that real time right here with you guys. Let's see. Let's open settings before. Where's my settings? Okay, let's see what she says and let's do this real time.
Phone in its settings tells you how far it has to be off of your body to prevent cancer. It tells you if you go to your settings to general, you scroll all the way down to legal and regulatory. Who knew this was in the bowels? Do you see it?
I'm in it.
Legal and regulatory, click it. The very bottom one says RF exposure. That stands for radio frequency exposure. And then it tells you, mine is on the second paragraph. This must be 5 millimeter separation off of your body. It's about a pencil eraser. So they're covered when you get brain cancer because you put your phone to your head.
I always speak on speakerphone.
You bet you do. Distance is your friend with radio frequency, with electromagnetic fields. But they just came out with a study. Just literally, the further this is away from you, the better. We're seeing a higher rate of testicular cancer on young men because they put their phone, get your phone out of your pocket, get it away from your testicles.
That's crazy.
Yes. So back when these were smaller and women put them in their breast, we saw breast cancers the shape of that lithium battery in there. This is radioactive. So you get it off your person. You speak on speakerphone with it, right?
Yeah, it's right here. And when worn or carried against the torso. Okay, do you want me to read this? Let's read it. Read it real quick. Sorry, guys, if you guys don't like this, but this is right here. It's right here on your phone. iPhone has been tested and meets applicable limits for radio frequency exposure, RF. Specific absorption rate refers to the rate at which the body absorbs RF energy. The SAR limit is 1.6 watts per kilogram in countries that set the limit average over 1 gram of tissue, and 2.0 watts per kilogram in countries that set the limit average to 10 grams of tissue. During testing, iPhone radios are set to their highest transmission levels, and SR is evaluated in real time over time intervals as specified by applicable regulations. iPhone is evaluated in positions that simulate uses against the head with no separation, and when worn or carried against the torso of the body with 5 millimeter separation. Apple uses the latest approved regulatory methods adopted in the industry for testing and managing device radios to meet RF exposure limit. These methods track radio usage. Okay, to reduce exposure to RF energy, use a hands-free option such as built-in speakerphone, headphones, or other similar accessories. Cases with metal parts may change the RF performance of the device, including its compliance with RF exposure guidelines in a manner that has not been tested or certified. Although this device has been tested to determine RF exposure compliance in each band of operation, not all bands are available in all areas. Bands are. So this stuff, it tells you right here, RF exposure, radio frequency. Talk on the speaker, put the AirPods in. That's crazy. Sorry, y'all.
Los Angeles.
Ain't missing no more.
Okay, so look, I got one for you guys. I got one for you. Everybody's talking and connecting the tunnels, okay? The tunnels under some people's homes that connect to other people's homes, and there's these parties that go on these homes. Okay, it's not people's homes alone, you guys, it's Los Angeles underground, okay? There's tunnels, there's underground systems everywhere, just like New York, just like other places. Underground systems, okay? And that's in the city, the downtown area. Watch this. So I'm just walking in downtown Los Angeles doing my thing near the banking district. And you know, we'll see these natural like manholes that bring out hot air. We think, oh, Marilyn Monroe, sexy, right? No, okay. But yes, there are some sanitation, sewage things going on under the streets, obviously. But then as you're looking on the sidewalk, it's not just on the street, it's all over the place in the city, but there's these trapdoor looking things that say, do not enter, be careful. We're approaching one now on my left. And one day I was walking and this was wide open and there was 3 people like kind of guarding it, like public safety people. And there is a fully functioning staircase under these that look like underground parking. It's a big staircase. It's not like a ladder, like a little manhole. Like there's walking room, there's tunnels. You can transport goods, people, things, you know what I mean? It's out of sight and they connect to other cities, they connect to states. It's a lot bigger than we think.
Dark Brandon did not like getting kicked out of this race, and he's going to see to it that not only are you stuck with the worst possible candidate, but he is going to drag that candidate down.
There have obviously been a number of crises that the country has been facing over the past several days with the hurricane, with the port strike, with the situation in the Middle East. Can you talk about how your vice president, who is running for the presidency, has worked on these crises and what role she has played over the past several days?
Well, I'm in constant contact with her. She's aware we're singing from the same song sheet. She helped pass all the laws that are being employed now. She was a major player in everything we've done, including passage of legislation which we were told we could never pass. And so she's been, and her staff is interlocked with mine in terms of all the things we're doing.
Ever since I saw Nancy Pelosi at the DNC doing that fake "We Love Joe" thing, I knew that she kicked him out. And I know that Joe Biden is pissed. Even Obama campaigned a little bit on Joe's behalf. Joe is not going to campaign on Kamala's behalf. And when he does, he's going to put on a Trump hat.
I need that hat.
Want my autograph?
Hell no.
You know mine, man.
Burned him.
Come on.
I ain't going that far.
Yeah. I said you would do a selfie. There he goes.
A lot of people think that dams failed or levees failed. No dams failed. We don't have levees here in the mountains. The reason that our rivers got as high as they did, and the current prediction is we were at about a 30-foot increased height in our rivers. The reason is because up in the mountains that feed our rivers, the Nolichucky, and on the other side, the French Broad, and in Hampton and Elizabethton, the Doe, they're estimating that there was around 35 inches of rain dropped on the mountaintops in less than a 24-hour period.
The locals around this encampment, the U.S. encampment, reported that the U.S. military were digging at night, taking things out of the ground and putting them onto trucks and driving them off. I mean,
that's crazy.
But this is also crazy. So a couple months into this war, after they had this encampment and the locals were reporting them digging stuff up and taking it, they had the invasion of Baghdad, which is the capital of Iraq. And what the U.S. military did not help with was that there's this giant museum in Iraq that is all about the Sumerian culture. It's like one of the largest in the world of because the Sumerians were like one of these first civilizations, you know. And it had, just hundreds of thousands of tablets, manuscripts, artifacts, and it was left unprotected, and it got bombed all around it, and then all these looters came in and stole a bunch of stuff. But
what's missing?
A lot of people were like, before the looters came, the U.S. military came, rushed in, and stole vaults
Oh my gosh.
from the bowels of the museum, put them onto trucks, and then drove off.
I think it's disgusting.
McDonald's, serving millions of Americans for more than 70 years with that famous smile. But for long, some customers haven't been smiling, questioning how their food is produced. We suit up in sterile wear to see it for ourselves.
So this is what we call beef trim.
Okay.
And it comes from familiar cuts that you may know, like chuck and round and sirloin.
McDonald's says the patties are 100% beef. The recipe, they say, is nothing more than a blend of leaner beef trim and fattier trim. The beef is ground, blended together, made into those famous patties. Letting the public see this all can be risky.
I think McDonald's is deciding to lift the curtain because of market share. Millennials are now driving the food bus, and they're heading straight to other establishments that are offering better, healthier fare, and they're trying to catch up.
There are going to be families who are still going to say, you know what, the food at McDonald's is just not healthy enough. I won't feed it to my kids. What do you say to them?
I'd say, don't judge us before you know us.
Right now, I'm in Amazon's largest fulfillment center, which employs 2,000 human workers and 7,000 robots. Associate has to work right here, does. We're going to grab that package. We're going to scan it right here. We're going to place it on this robotic drive, tap the button, and it's off on its way. Now that drive is going to go find its destination, make sure it's sorted out to the right truck.
That's crazy.
Say it.
I wonder, I used to work at UPS sorter, right? Sort aisle, like a soldier. I wonder what it's like over there. I wonder what the sort aisle. Anybody at UPS? Any Brown brothers out there or sisters? Anybody on that sort aisle? Is it still the same with the colored conveyor belts and whatnot? The purple, red, brown on the bottom, yellow, green. How was that? I used to work at Macy's warehouse too. But anybody that's at UPS, let me know. Is it still swamp coolers in there, or you guys got AC units now? That's how long ago I was there.
I'm not thinking about voters right now. I'm thinking about lives. And to be honest, it's much bigger than anything else. But we're thinking about lives. A lot of lives lost, a lot of people missing. And that's what I'd be focused on right now.
Doctors and stuff, when they ask you all those questions like, do you drink, how often, blah, 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 never say anything. I thought it was for them to know so they don't give you something or do something
That's
wrong.
what I thought it was.
They send it to your health insurance, so your health insurance jacks the price up because they know you're a drinker and a smoker.
No way.
Yes.
That's fucking horrible.
Yeah,
Some questions they are asking.
Well, no, if they're like, are you taking medication? Tell them your medication. But if it's like drinking...
We aren't talking about this enough.
Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Billie Eilish. And to talk about influence, where I was in my life over and over again, and who was in my ears the whole time. Her fan base is massive. This is what it's perpetuating.
I've made life-altering decisions based off of what celebrities told me was a good idea.
These people that are making this music, they're operating under spirits of disobedience, which transforms to rebellion, manipulation, fornication, Jezebel spirit.
Like, how is there question marks? Like, why is my child depressed?
If you can't see that the devil is using entertainment and media to indoctrinate this generation, I don't know what to tell you. Because when we watch this stuff, we are not just being entertained by entertainers, we're being entertained by spirits. But the opposite is also true. I want to see more kingdom creators step up and say, you know what? God, send me to redeem this industry for your glory and to reveal your glory on every glowing screen. Amen. Send this to somebody who needs to hear it.
I live in Washington State, specifically around the Cowlitz, Clark County area. Stick around. Fact checked me on your own. Okay, I'm going to insert the green screen of what they posted. Okay, so here we have this is from the Washington Department of Emergency Management Division. You could pause to read it. This is from the link it says to post or click on from the post. I find this very, very interesting. Then right here it talks about the threat of the people. I mean, we are in the Pacific Northwest. That's what we would be known for, is earthquakes and volcanic things. So we are kind of overdue for one. But on a real note, I am not a crazy prepper, and honestly, I'm not really a prepper of any sort at all. But nothing is off the table. With everything else that's happening in the world, I don't doubt anything can happen. So maybe I will go buy, some extra food to stock up. I don't know. With everything happening, it's hard not to want to go be a crazy prepper, to be honest. But who knows what'll happen? Time will tell. We can't do anything. We just sit here and wait anyway.
Could we please play the audio of Kamala Harris yesterday on what she thinks the government needs to do right away?
Listen up.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who's watching this who has been affected.
$750. We just sent.
It's ridiculous.
How many billions have gone overseas? How many billions? How many hundreds of millions have we sent over to Ukraine? We are paying for some of their small businesses to stay open. Did you know that? We are paying for their social security in Ukraine, and you get $750? This is your freaking money. We also have those migrants. Remember, the migrants got
Listen to this one.
$2,500. They got a free cell phone. What else they get? Oh, they got food and water and housing and stuff. So that's good. And I don't mean to just limit it to water. I'm sure they had Pepsi or whatever beverage they would like. They got all of that. But Uncle Sam, man, it's nice to have a rich uncle, huh? Because he opened his wallet and he dug deep. He's going 750 big ones. Boom. Can be yours. All you have to have is just no house, no job, no roads, no schools for your kids. Boom, we're there with 750. Of course, you don't have any cell service either, but we're all out of phones. The cupboard is bare. If I hear FEMA say one more time that they are out of money for this hurricane season.
Listen to this.
Stu, can you look up how many big hurricanes that have caused massive disasters have happened this year? We're at the end of hurricane season, and they say they're out of money. First of all, you're the United States government. You're never out of money. You just print more.
Yep.
You're doing that all over the planet. You are taking our money and you're shipping it overseas to God only knows who, to do God only knows what. And when we, the people who are paying for all of this, when we need help, $750. $750. Whoa, slow down, Uncle Sam. I mean, I think that's a little too much. Don't you?
Ridiculous, huh? Ridiculous.
How much has the U.S. sent the since the war started?
Since the war began in February 2022, the U.S. has sent over $75 billion in assistance to.
Can you give me a dollar amount as to how much it would cost to end homelessness in America per year?
Ending homelessness in America is estimated to cost about $20 billion to $30 billion per year.
How much would it cost to end hunger in America per year?
Ending hunger in America would cost around $25 billion per year. The combined costs to end homelessness, end hunger, and provide free college education in America could be roughly comparable to the over $75 billion the U.S. has sent to the war start.
Damn shame, right? It's a damn shame. But anyways, y'all, hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. If you made it this far, make sure you guys hit that like button. Subscribe, anybody new, we do daily uploads over here. And also go subscribe to my second channel, y'all. We're doing TikToks over there, a little different from this content, but we're still doing TikToks over there. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. We got an upload I put up the other day. Another one's coming up tomorrow. I'm gonna start doing Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 uploads a week on the second channel. Links down below in the bio. Thank you guys for all the love and support you guys have been showing. Appreciate you guys. CaveFam, this is Segovia. I'm signing out of the Man Cave. Y'all have a good Saturday. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow on Sunday in my Kyler Murray jersey because I'm a ride or die. Have a good night. Later.